ó ṣáà ní àbíkí ní ṣùgbọ́n òun ti rọ̀ tán ẹ̀rà tó náà ta àbọ̀ mi ìtì ẹ̀ mọ̀ so mo ṣáà ń pè mo ti sọ pé wọ́n á ní kò lè jẹ́wọ́ nìkan pé òun ẹnìkan wọ́n láyà pé kì í má wọrí òun náà mọ̀ yá àwọn kan tó wà ní bóyá dẹ́ta pé òun máa ń kọ̀ǹtú ẹ̀ wà pé kì í má wọrí pé òun náà gbà lẹ́kùtà pé òun náà Anambra lòun ti wá o pé but mi èpò òun pé mo ní lọ́ kékeré òun sì wà lábẹ́kúta tí up till now mi mọ́lé ẹ̀ so àpò máa ń pàdé bí akíbá pé mo máa wà ó mọ́lé wọn bá mi lé so tó bá wà náà kò ń sọ fún mi pé yóò nílé kan lábẹ́kúta àbó ní ọkọ̀.
Hello everyone, welcome to The Most Dangerous Humans. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you get update every time we drop a new video. Now, they say it's indeed a wicked world and no good deed goes unpunished.
When the family of Fatiloye hired a man called Mr. Lekon Adekombi as a driver, they didn't know helping a fellow human would lead to their demise and that of their child.
This is a sad story. How greed drove Mr. Lekon, aka Koroba, to kidnap, murder his boss and his wife and one of their child. Watch his confession, and when you come back, we'll round up. I used to feed the dogs, clean the house. Yes, my salary was 25,000 naira, but I complained about it because I was employed as a driver, but they did nothing. And also, I informed my boss' wife's sister about the situation. One festive period, my boss's wife's sister came, and my boss called me to go and wash all the dishes. And when I finished, I should come and collect 500 naira. My boss's wife's sister called me and said, "But you are employed as a driver." I replied saying, "You know I have complained about this before, and I don't want to start telling people up and down about the way I'm being treated. It's very bad." I begged them to increase my salary, but they turned deaf ears to it. The wife's sister said no problem, that they want to use me as slave, and when they travel, they even put me in charge of the house and properties. Never for once have I run away with any of their cars. I'm very trustworthy. There's an old adage that says, if you work with a rich man for 10 years and the man did not help you, that rich man is wicked. My boss's wife's sister said, they know that my salary is not big and it cannot change my life. I cannot make it here as I was getting old. So I now thought in my head, what can I do to them to collect what belongs to me? That they can't continue to use me like a slave, so that at the end of the day, they will not leave me to my family useless. So I went to inform someone in my street. The man told me that this issue is two ways. If you ask them to lend you money and they don't do it, that means they are stingy and they don't want you to make it in life. This is what you can do. When you face it, you fight your way out. So I asked him if he has someone that has a gun. He told me he will go out to the street and look for those boys that smoke and drink, that they are touts, that I should give him 40,000 naira, that he will rent a gun and get 2 people that will help me carry out this plan, so that there will be 3 of them, that I should not worry. So the interviewer asked him, is your boss owing you money that you feel entitled to collect from him? And he replied, till date, they don't owe me a dime, but they added jobs to what I was employed for, and they did not pay me well, and they don't want to help me. I was employed as a personal driver. If the car damaged and needed to be worked on, that was my job. Driver is not a house help, cleaner, and to feed the dog. So I gave the man the 40,000. I didn't know that the man deceived me. First week passed, second week passed. So I thought again, who can I meet from any of these stars that have a gun? We can use to scare my boss. Because if my boss don't see gun, he might not want to give me money. If we go with cutlass, it might not work. So I searched my phone and saw a cultist named Kofi. He has all the connections I need. Or he might know someone who have a gun. Unknown to me, I did not know that he has a gun. So I told him. He told me not to worry, that when it's time, I should let him. He now asked me for money, for bullets. So I told him, hope this is not another scam. So I told him to go and bring the gun that he will use, that I will pay. But on this day, I didn't have so much money on me. So he went and brought the gun that we need to buy 3 bullets. They collected 4-5 for 3 bullets. Then I told him it can't be you alone. You need to get another guy He then promised me to call a friend of his in Delta State that he will call him to come around. That he himself is not based in Abeokuta, that is from Anambra. Up till now, I don't know his house, but he comes to my house. On the 31st, he called me to meet him at Abiola Way at night. He now asked me about my boss, so I told him that he'd gone to church. He now asked me if I was sure. I said yes, that he used to drive the family to church when he's around. He now said no problem, that Akamo and the third guy are in the hotel, so I followed him and I met them drinking, but I didn't drink. So when we left and got to the junction, he asked me to buy him cigarettes. For Akamo and Kofi, I bought Chelsea alcohol and they were drinking. I did not drink anything. So when we got to the junction, they told me to go, that there is no problem. So I left. So when I got home, I called and asked where they were. They told me they were close to the address I gave them. When they showed up, I went to pick the keys where my boss used to keep it. I opened the small gate and put the dog in the security house. Both came in and I locked the door. And I reminded them that I hope they know why we are here. That is just to collect money, not to kill anybody. They said no problem. So I asked Akamo, hope he has an account number. He said yes, that his account he will use to receive the money. By the next day, they will share the money. So Akamo said he had a Kuda account, that they can't trace it, that the account can receive from 10 to 20 million, that no problem. So I reminded them that hope you guys know we are not here to take anything in the house aside from the money. They said no problem. So Kofi said he wants alcohol. So I told him, you have taken enough already, so don't do that here. So Kofi said it's not the first time of doing this kind of work. That hope I know that he has killed plenty people with that gun. I went to the fridge and gave him drinks. Not too long, my boss opened the gate, so I told them that my boss was here. He told them to stay behind him and that Kofi is with the gun, while Akamo was with the cutlass. Immediately they entered. Daddy came in first, so we showed up and told my boss wife not to make noise because I was on face masks. So I covered my boss wife's mouth, so she knelt down, and Kofi and Akamo took Daddy to the front flat. Kofi tied him by hand and Mommy later laid flat on the ground. I still covered her mouth with my hand. So Akamo asked if they should send the money to him. I replied yes. Call your account number. So they untied Daddy's hand and he punched in the account number, but the account did not show. So he tried to punch in some amount, but the Kuda app did not show any name. So I said, what do we do like this? Time is going. So I thought I should use my account to receive the money, and after I will stop using the account. So I called my account number. So he said 102,000 and they can go and check my GTB statement of account. He first sent 102,000. So Akamo said, you sure this man doesn't have money? So I told my boss wife to talk to her husband to give us more money. So Mommy said, Daddy, please give them money. Kofi then asked if he doesn't have the app. So Daddy opened his Union Bank account and Kofi saw the balance and shouted that, Mr. Man, but you said you don't have money. Is this not 9.5 million, your balance? You are lying to me. So Kofi slapped him. So I said, don't beat him, that they will give us money. So I told Mommy to talk to Daddy. So Mommy begged and Daddy gave us the money. So Daddy transferred 1 million. Kofi asked them to send another, but that was the limit of transfer per day. So Akamo took pen and paper and wrote down the pin and code. Kofi called me aside and asked where your boss is working. I told him he works for the bank. If you are arrested, you will suffer alone. So I asked what happened. He said they will trace the account and you will be arrested. So I told him we will withdraw all the money by Monday morning because it's around 3 a.m. on Monday that there is public holiday, that he will use POS to withdraw all the money. Kofi said he's upset. I told him that his voice is too loud, that it can be heard in the next building, that he should keep quiet. Let's lock up the man in the toilet and his wife. But he said no, let's put the wife outside, that I can't teach him his job, that he's been using this gun long ago, more than 7 years, that he has killed a lot of people and there's blood in his hands. Then he told us to leave the house and stay outside. I said no, we can't. So I told him, remember I called for this job. So we took Mommy outside. After 30 minutes, he opened the door and asked me to bring Mommy inside. We entered and found Daddy murdered in a pool of his own blood. He then ran and held Mommy and stabbed her in the neck. Mommy fell down and he cut off her head. So as we were about to leave, their 2 children came in. So Akamo told us to hide and Kofi covered their mouth and tied them hand and leg. Felix came in and he did the same thing. Felix begged, but he told him not to talk. Akamo and Kofi moved Mommy and Daddy to their respective room. So when they came back, they told me to go and bring mopping stick to clean the blood. So I did. So Kofi said he will kill the children. So I said, please don't do that anything. Please, let's leave the children. Kofi said, let's take them along, that we can't leave them. So I asked where we were taking them to. He said I should not worry. So he put them in the back of the boot. And I asked if there is fuel so he can check, and found a keg of 50 litre. He took it and asked me, Akamo, to drive the car out of the compound. So I drove the car out. After 1 hour, he came out. We asked what he went to do with the fuel. He said I should not worry. So I asked, where are we going, Akamo? I asked where we were going. Akamo said we should travel to where he lives. So I asked, what do you want to do with my boss's children? Because these guys don't have money. He said we should not worry, that he will drop them somewhere. So Kefi drove the car to the brewery side, because the gun is pointed to my ear. We got to a bridge. He saw many cars coming. He said I should drive to the back. And it was around 4 a.m. So we got to the bridge. So he asked me to stop and be on standby to come out, that if I come down, he's going to shoot me and leave me and collect the money and everything. Which means, boss, he took Ore and Felix and threw them into the river. So we left. Kofi asked, where do we keep this car? Akamo said, let's travel with it. So I said, I'm not going. So he asked me to turn. I did and went to the street called Okeata. So we parked the car there, and all the phones they took from the house was about 14. So we left the car there and took taxi.
Welcome back. They say the caterpillar that hits the apple lives with the apple.
Kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀fọ́, ìdí ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà. The people you think you are doing a favor to might just be the ones to kill you. So please, we beg you, be careful and watch out, because it's indeed a wicked world. Thank you guys for watching this video. Give this video a like, give this video a share, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, follow and subscribe to our new channel. It's called The Most Dangerous Humans, and we'll see you on the next one.